Hi, welcome to my Wednesday devotional. I hope you guys are doing great and staying cool wherever you're at. I know for us today, I got in the car after church and it was like 101 degrees on my car, and I was like, oh my gosh. So, yeah. I hope you guys are staying cool. I made a mistake. I forgot to put up my sun visor, so it was probably a little bit hotter, but yeah, we're under heat advisory today, and well, actually, we've been under this whole heat advisory this weekend and tomorrow. So, yeah, so I thought I'd go inside and record a few videos, get caught up, right? Actually, this will be our second to last Esther video because after this, we just got chapter 10, and it's like 4 verses, and it's done. So, I'll be wrapping up next week. I can't believe it. And just like I was hoping we'd get to the summer so that I can take a break and kind of regroup and then start again on a new study. I've got a few ideas, but you know, I just really want to take some time off. We've got a family vacation coming up, and you know, kind of regroup. You know, because I've been going around the clock really since COVID doing these videos every week. So I realized, you know, I just need to take a break. You know, it's okay. You know, the world won't stop. I found this summer taking a break is a good thing. I've noticed that because I've been going very, very fast and hard on a couple of big projects in my personal life, and so taking a break is good. And so I recommend that you all do the same, especially in the summertime, you know, because come September and late August, school starting, a whole bunch of stuff happening, so I'm just trying to take it easy this summer. All right, enough of that. So speaking of celebrations, I'm just going to recap from last week. I'll just do the last sentence because I said these are big chunks that I've been working on, and they're kind of repetitive, so I'll just kind of sum it up here. Verse 28. These days would be remembered and kept from generation to generation and celebrated by every family throughout the provinces and cities of the empire. The festival of Purim would never cease to be celebrated among the Jews, nor would the memory of what had happened ever die out among their descendants. So this is very important, the festival of Purim. And so that's what we're going to launch into in this last piece of chapter 9, Esther, chapter 9, verses 29 to 32. Here we go. Then Queen Esther, so we've swung back to Esther now, the daughter of Abihail, along with Mordecai the Jew, you know, we're back to that title. For a little while it was just Mordecai, now we're back to Mordecai the Jew, wrote another letter putting the queen's full authority behind Mordecai's letter to establish the festival of Purim. Letters wishing peace and security were sent to the Jews throughout the 127 provinces of the empire of Xerxes. Verse 31. These letters established the festival of Purim, an annual celebration of these days at the appointed time, decreed by both Mordecai the Jew and Queen Esther. So yeah, Mordecai the Jew. The people decided to observe this festival just as they had decided for themselves and their descendants to establish the times of fasting and mourning. So that's how important it was to the Jewish people. So verse 32. So the command of Esther confirmed the practices of Purim, and it was all written down in the records. All right, so that is wrapping up chapter 9, but also kind of starting to button up this story. You know, as they're back to Mordecai the Jew is the title. Once again, establishing that Jews, you know, are doing just fine. They're okay. They're part of the cool crowd now. Before it was like, yeah, you know, the Jewish people over there. Remember, Haman was like, and it led to all these problems. And but now the Jewish people have won. You know, they have victory over, you know, the enemy Satan. You know, but really, who is Satan working through in this scenario? It was Haman. So now that he's been destroyed, and his descendants, interesting. Now that that's all behind them, Queen Esther is locking this whole thing up by getting it into an official, written down on the records. It's an official letter. She's essentially like what we call here in America a lawmaker. She's made a law that their letter firmly establishes the practices and the celebrations of the festival of Purim. So she went from kind of nobody auditioning, for this beauty pageant for one night with the king that led to her receiving the crown, all the way to now she's not just sitting there painting her nails. She is now, become a lawmaker essentially, and right there she's got full authority behind Mordecai's letters. She's the solid thing behind him. She's now elevated Mordecai, because remember he was just hanging out the gate. So both of them were kind of in their bottom positions, and it seemed like everything was just going wrong for them. And Haman, he was just, remember, he was happy. He thought he was just all that in a bag of chips. You go up and then you go down. What do you call it? The rise before the fall. Pride goeth before the fall, and so that's what happened for Haman. But Esther and Mordecai, they stayed humble. They stayed kind. They stayed good. They were honoring the Lord's intentions. And so what happened? They won the game. So this is really great. And it's so comforting, and especially right now during this time in 2024, living here in America, we need a hero. We need a great story of kind of like Rocky, the underdog story, story of David and Goliath type thing, the underdog that triumphs at the very end. It's just great. All right, well, one more Esther story. It's going to wrap up this whole thing, and then that's it. I'll take a little break, and we'll see what I'm going to do. I don't know. Really feel like I need to hear from the Lord and his direction, and then we'll see. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching, as always. I appreciate you, especially if you're one of my longtime viewers. I really appreciate it very much. All your support means a lot to me. So I hope you guys are having a restful and safe and happy summer and staying cool. All right, thanks for watching. All right, we'll see you next time.